Jesus believes that faith reminds you God is always with you because faith opens your eyes to the presence of God in every moment, even when you cannot see Him with your physical eyes. Throughout His ministry, Jesus continually encouraged people not to be afraid, not to lose heart, and not to feel abandoned, because God was nearer than they realized. Faith is the inner assurance that you are never walking alone, never fighting battles by yourself, and never forgotten in your moments of sorrow or confusion. Jesus showed that when you trust God, you become aware of His quiet strength surrounding you, guiding you and carrying you through every season of life. When Jesus calmed the storm, the disciples panicked because they felt alone and unprotected. Yet Jesus was right there in the boat with them, reminding them that fear blinds you to God's presence, but faith reveals it. He taught that even when the storms of life roar loudly, faith whispers, God is here. This truth becomes a shield for the heart, allowing you to stand firm even in uncertainty. Jesus wants every believer to know that God's presence is not based on feelings. It is anchored in His promise, I am with you always. Jesus also showed this truth when He walked with the broken, the outcasts, and the fearful. He drew near to those who felt unworthy, unnoticed, or overwhelmed, reminding them through His compassion that God does not abandon His children. Faith brings this same confidence into your life when you lean on God in prayer, meditate on His word, or simply cry out in your pain. Faith reminds you that He hears every whisper and sees every tear. You may not understand what He is doing, but faith assures you that He is working, watching, and holding you close. Even on the cross, Jesus revealed that God's presence remains even in suffering. Though the world saw darkness and despair, Jesus trusted that God was still near, still sovereign, still faithful. In doing so, He taught us that God is present not only in miracles and blessings, but also in trials and silence. Faith keeps your heart anchored in this truth. Ultimately, Jesus wants you to live with the unshakable assurance that you are never alone. Faith opens your spirit to recognize God's nearness, to feel His peace, and to trust His hand even when life feels heavy. When faith grows, fear loses its power, and your heart rests in the constant, comforting truth. God is always with you.